When January of this year rolled around, my spirits were exactly that of a high school senior on the cusp of their spring semester. I was elated, ecstatic, fill in your own word here, and optimistically hopeful for the year to come. Spoiler alert, this optimism was naively misplaced and would soon be substituted for emotional hangovers, many nights and days lost to tears, and lengthy social isolation. To think that once we lived in a maskless world where hugs and indoor dining was a norm bemuses me now, scares me even. And the truth of it all, I am perfectly happy to be sitting at home, where seeing the outside world feels special, as though it is some far-off land hidden just past the front door. That, perhaps, is the scariest feeling of all, that this pandemic has removed all sense of urgency and ambition from my life. A feeling I know is temporary, but one that deeply confounds me as a chronically impaired future person. Yet despite the perpetualness of it all, the end of this year has me feeling shockingly sentimental. I have too quickly forgotten the milestones and accomplishments that this year has brought, understandably overshadowed by the emergence of COVID-19. It would be easy to focus on everything that this year has taken, and there is plenty, don't get me wrong. Friends and loved ones, rites of passage, experiences, and even dreams, but I think we often forget how much this year has given us, too. I wrote my senior thesis, 19 pages of thesaurus-searched words attempting to compare Glee and Marxism. I graduated high school, a feat oft considered just another step in life, but some never accomplish it. I got my first job in a severely damaged economy and saw some semblance of financial independence. I even went to college to try and figure out what the hell I want to do with my life. That's a work in progress so far. I started a whole new chapter, inevitably bringing its own challenges and hardships, separate from those of a global pandemic. And there were little victories too. I fell in love with coffee and perfecting the perfect cup. I watched the Giants blow a promising season, yet again, and loved every minute of it. I gave in to my inner child and played Pokemon on my Nintendo DS that had developed a decade's worth of dust. I learned to smile just because the sun rose another day. To laugh every time I have another mask moment and forget the TV was filmed pre-corona. To dance like the room is full despite the fact that it's just me in fuzzy socks and a baggy t-shirt. I tried my very best to love Minnesota, though I am a New Englander at heart. I met fantastically different people from all walks of life, and we figured out how to create relationships in a world that feels safe without them. Perhaps most important of all, I began to question my role as an Asian American adoptee in a country on the brink of change. I became more aware of my choice to not only be not racist, but distinctly anti-racist, and attending a higher education at the heart of this national realization only solidified those observed differences. I learned to appreciate every moment as it happens, to find the joy in meaningless things and to assign meaning to joy. I remembered the feeling of drive again, the satisfaction of setting goals and achieving them, however altered they must be. I realized that forward can be now, that the present has endless urgency in and of itself, that sometimes the future should be left where it is. All this to say, I'm doing okay, 2020. Good, even. And while I simply cannot bring myself to thank you, and most times I want to grab onto you, shake you, and ask what the fuck is going on, you had some happy in you. And sometimes, just sometimes, that is enough. So here's to 2021, with no promises and no expectations, save for a little bit more happy.